Yeah. Hello everybody. Thank you for joining me. I thought I'd just bring you in on just what I'm doing. I'm afraid that's all it is, just what I have to be doing right now. But that's what it's like, isn't it? Life in the pottery, just as it is now. As you can see, I'll bring the camera a little closer. As you can see, I've got there, the kiln is packed now and ready to light up. So I thought I'd just go through with you very quickly just what I do here. As you can see, this is a bit of a hodgepodge of porcelain bowls and other stoneware pieces, all kinds of shapes and sizes mishmashed together. It looks kind of messy, you might think, but it's not quite as messy as it looks. There has been some care gone into the packing in relation to putting things on top of each other in the bisque state, because in the bisque state, or let's say in the raw state I should say, these pots are very fragile, aren't they? So if we're building up a big stack of them, we have to bear in mind how things are touching each other, how is the weight distribution, that kind of thing. That's very important. Otherwise you find that the pot on the bottom of your little stack or whatever it is when you get down to it, it's just cracked and broken. There can be a certain amount of loss in a bisque firing depending upon the pots that you've got and what are the scope of possibilities you have in relation to the packing, you know. So we may have the odd crack in this one. I am aware that we might, but you know, you just have to, at the end of the day, you have to do it, don't you? And you have to think, oh well. You have to minimise all the risks as much as you can, but at the end of the day, you have to forge ahead. So, anyway, yeah, and also there's an opportunity to, inside pots, for example, if you've got a seal that you want to fire, maybe you've made a seal, a bisque, or rather a raw stamp, or some of these little decorating wheels, for example, that I've just made. These one can place inside open pots here on the top. There's some more over here, little stamps, little seals, little things for impressing, you see? So take the opportunity, if you've got a bisque ready to go, make a few stamps, make a few seals, make a few decorative impressing tools. Alright, so there's that. Okay, now I'm just going to very quickly explain here what's going on down here on the floor. As you can see, I've got two burners there, and I get a lot of people asking me about my kiln and my burners and what's going on, etc. So I thought I'd just quickly show you. The burners, as you see, are just clamped here to the side of this metal bucket, or metal tin bucket, and I just use a couple of these which hold the stem of the burner to the bucket. Now I carefully align these. Let's just whip the camera off the tripod. These burners are aligned, and I'll just bring to your attention because this is a round kiln, isn't it? I've made these little cowls here, you see, so that the burner is going in straight, as it were, not going in because of the angle here. Therefore it gets not a very good even air supply. But by having it like that, I've got it supported here on these bricks, and I can, you see back here, I can move it left or right like this to adjust it. Okay, right, same on the other side there. You'll just notice here that on each burner there is a tap to adjust. Okay, now to start with, I have these both closed. Okay, now if you follow the pipes back up here, you'll see they come to a T-piece. So we have a supply coming in there and then branching out via the T-piece left and right. Okay, what I want to do now is quickly go outside. What we're going to do is turn on the gas. Beautiful sunny day here again. Okay, so I've got my gas canister here, one of these big ones, and what I'm going to do is, here you can see I've got a regulator. This is a 0 to 60 psi regulator. So it's got two controls here. You've got the main control, the main outlet here with the tap, and then you've got this finer control here which controls the flow through the regulator, or the output through the regulator via this black pipe going down and joining where I just showed you inside at that T-piece. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to make sure that is off. Okay, I'm going to turn that on. This is a full tank. Alright, now what I'm going to do here is just find the place where it's, and with these kind of regulators, to turn them on, you have to screw them inwards like this, you see. So you have to, but they're quite loose, the tap is quite loose. So you have to find the point where it's just beginning to, you feel on the thread, it's just beginning to open the valve, alright? So then I'm just going to open that about a quarter of a turn, like that. Okay? Right, now I'm going to go back inside. I'm going to grab my lighter. Yes, it works, that's good. Okay, let's pop the camera back on the tripod here, and then I can operate. Alright, there we are, we're in the picture, good. So, what I'm going to do now is, at this present moment, alright, the gas, because I've opened it, is all the way here up to these taps, okay? I've got live gas, for want of a better word, right up to the taps there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to light these in turn, okay? So I'm going to open this tap first with my lighter at the ready. Well, it appears I didn't quite open that tap far enough, folks, so you're just going to bear with me. I'm going to go back out there again and just open that tap a slight bit more, you know. It's kind of a fine adjustment on that 1 to 60 psi. Let's see if we've got gas now. Very odd. Don't seem to have gas. What's going on? Hang on, I better go back out again. Something is going on. What's going on here? Ah. Okay, I think that might have been it. I just was a bit... Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to light, having made sure we've got gas to this point, but we've only got a small amount of gas, okay? I've only opened the tap just a little bit, because I don't want a whole rush of gas coming through. Not at this point, when I'm lighting the kiln. I want to keep it, everything low, okay? Because we've got raw pots in there and we don't want to blast them with too much flame. So I'm going to now light the other one. Okay. Now I don't want these flames at this stage to be too... I want them to be very gentle, because this is a bisque firing, so all the pots are raw. So we want just a gentle heat. Right, I'm going to pull the camera back now, because there's something I've got to do, and that is close the lid. Whoops. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That was a pop. Something went pop. It's very important that you have this flame very small. I might have been too enthusiastic there. When you have a yellow flame like we've got here, let me show you the flame. You see how that's a gentle flame, isn't it? But it's a very yellow flame, so it's a very reducing flame. It produces a lot of smoke in the kiln at this stage, in the early stage of the firing. Okay, right. Let me just what I want to do is, now I don't know if you can see, but the lid of my kiln here, I don't have it propped up with a hinge or anything on the side. I have it simply a wire here, you see, around the handle going up to a point. So all I have to do is release this wire, holding on to the, meanwhile I hold on to the lid. It's very important that we don't let the lid drop, because if the lid drops, it'll break and that'll be a real pain. So I'm going to just release the catch, lower the lid. Now there's just one thing I wanted to say to you before I did this. Just remembered. When I've got a kiln node like this, I have a straight stick, okay, which I put across the top of the kiln, which, to make sure that I've got clearance for any pots, because you don't want to put the lid down and find that there's a pot sticking up proud which you thought was okay but you didn't check it. So this is just really to check across the top, make sure we've got clearance there. Okay, just thought I'd mention that. Okay, releasing this catch now with both hands, slowly lowering the lid down. I'm aligning the slot in the chimney. You see there's a slot there in the chimney, which is, well, the slot is the chimney. I should say. Well, it's the final outlet. What I've got to do now is that I've just got to put the exhaust pipe, as I would call it, inches. Because I don't want all the fumes coming out of the kiln, all the expelled gases, some of which could be contaminated with metallic oxides and things like that that get into the atmosphere. I don't want them to be in the room here where I'm working, so I devised this system. Which sits, or hangs I should say, alright, directly over the mouth of the kiln here. Now this whole thing is just suspended here with a piece of wire, you see. It's loose, but it goes straight out the window. It's slightly inclined upwards because, as we know, hot air rises. So this little fella here is a cowl, a mini cowl, which is located approximately about a foot above the chimney. That's going to take all of the gases away. So that's now, we're in the very early stages of this firing, and will continue on probably now for another 5 hours or so, this bisque. So, yes, go to my website, simonleachpottery.com, and yeah, we've got some tools there and wheels and bits and pieces, as you know, no doubt. But anyway, go there. We do add things to it and try and keep it updated and fresh. Join us for a workshop. We've still got places left in some of our spring, early summer workshops through April, May and June. So if you need some practicing, maybe I can help you with some things that you're stuck with, or help move you on, you know, to the next stage. We get stuck sometimes, don't we, at certain stages, and sometimes it's something very simple, very straightforward, something that, you know, I can show somebody how to do something, and they say, and it can absolutely makes their day. They think it's fantastic, you know, because wow, you know, I've been struggling with this for so long. Boom, just like that, in a couple of minutes, you can show somebody how to do something, and it means a great deal to them, you know, because it means that their work suddenly goes forward. Maybe your work needs to go forward. Maybe I can help you. Anyway, so join us. Meanwhile, keep practicing. See ya.